Okay, right. So welcome. This is the this is the live online group Reiki session for the full moon of the 24th of February. So from what I understand, it was actually around 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm not sure if any of you felt any. No, I did. I did, and it was a tricky one because it seemed to bring up a lot of questions like, do you know even what you're doing? Do you know why you're doing it? Why are you doing it this way and not that way? Are you sure this is the way you want to do it? So it was lots of those sorts of questions, and it was kind of going around in my head the whole time. And then I realized, oh, hang on, it's the full moon. It was about 10, 11 o'clock when all of this started going on in my head. And so I thought, okay, right, well, I'm just going to let all of this stuff come up into my head and let it kind of, I thought I'd use it as an inquiry. So, okay, this is a part of myself asking myself, do you want to keep doing this sort of stuff? Is this how you want to continue doing it? Are you going to make changes? Is this working for you or is this not working for you? And if it's not working for you, what are you going to do about it? So I was like, okay, fine. Right, looks like I need to have a period of time tomorrow. Someone else is coming. A period of time tomorrow. We're recording. Okay, Yasmin, you may not want to be on video. Let me just... Okay, so we continue. What I think I was talking about was that the full moon brought up quite a lot of questions for me. And I realized that was what was happening. So I took a breather and stopped for a while, and then made a decision that, okay, fine, these are all valid questions. And I'm going to make some time tomorrow because I was busy this afternoon. I had some clients coming over. So I'm going to make some time tomorrow in my busy schedule to sit down, prepare myself, prepare the space, do some self-healing, connect, and then go through those questions which came up in my mind today, which was a great thing to decide because it allowed me to then continue doing what I needed to do to prepare for the clients. And also I was saying earlier when the recording was paused, it was really great for me to do it like that instead of going into a dark hole, which is what my default sort of switch would be. Oh, all these very important questions, and also distracting myself to try to avoid looking at them. So that's one of my default things as well. Yeah. So tomorrow I will make time, connect, ask myself the exact same questions, and just wait for any clarity which can come up. And if it's not completely successful and there's still issues there and it still feels like I haven't quite gotten to the root of the issue, I might have to go and get some help from someone. Okay, so it's kind of pertinent, I think, to what's going on with the astrology this weekend. It's in the email which I sent out to invite you all to this. It was the maturity and authenticity part was from Pam Younghan's weekly astrological outlook, and she said that basically this is something that we may have to look at. How can we be authentic, but also how can we be mature? And I think part of perhaps I'm old enough, but I look around sometimes and I think there are a lot of adults who haven't kind of grown up. And I was having this conversation with someone yesterday as well. There are many adults and they still respond very much like they're still children, which is unfortunate for whoever is, and for them, for whoever is around them. But it's obvious that there's still some pain which hasn't been resolved, which is why they're reacting in that way. And so for me to be able to not just go into my default, it's a really, really good sign. So thank you very much, Phew. Okay, so enough of that. For this, we're going to use a holy fire experience, a holy fire healing experience. And this is called the Holy Love experience. And what it aims to do, and you can set whatever intention you want, is to install, or for this energy to come into your life, and hopefully it becomes grounded and anchored in you and helps you in whatever way you need it to. So none of this energy will ever push you or force you into anything. This energy and all the Reiki energies are incredibly respectful of our free will, which is exactly what we want. We want an energy of pure light, which is respectful of us and understands that ultimately we have the last say to something. And there was a really wonderful story told by Tom Kenyon, who's an amazing sound healer. His vocal range is huge. I don't know how many octaves he can sing. But he said that he was at college or university, and I think he was just entering his lecture hall, and suddenly he saw these huge beings of light right next to him. And he's like, what the hell is going on? What's going on? What? And no one else could see these because people were just going past, and he was the only one who was like, what the hell is going on? What the hell are you doing here? What do you want from me? And eventually, after probably a couple of minutes, he said, look, wherever you are, whoever you are, I can't take this. I don't know what you are. I don't know who you are. And I need you to go. And they did. They disappeared. But they returned about, I don't know how many years, maybe 8 to 10 years later. And at that time, he was like, okay, I think I understand now. And I think I know what you are or who you are. And I'm ready. And so those are the sorts of energies that you want, that you might be happy to work with. You know, when you tell them to buzz off, they buzz off. They don't disturb you. They don't, and they respect your free will. And Reiki is universal energy, divine consciously guided energy, and it's conscious, and it's respectful, and it's loving. So with this holy love experience, it's bringing in divine love, and you may call it unconditional love. So it's love which is not like human love, which is most of the time it requires a return, perhaps. Yeah. So this is hopefully something which is very helpful for us, which is really helpful for us to for any sort of wounding that we have about perhaps not getting enough mother's love, or not getting enough father's love, or not receiving enough love or kindness from others. Yeah. So this is what we're going to have today. And we always start with a cleanse and dedication so that our space is all completely cleared of any inappropriate energies. I've just paused because someone has asked, but I'm not sure who they are. Hold on. There's someone, but they're late, so I don't think I'm going to let them in. Right, tough. So we'll start with the cleanse and dedication. All the words are said on behalf of everyone here. And so when I call in the angels, they're coming in the directions, in those cardinal directions in your home, in your room as well. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust the music for that, and after the cleanse and dedication, I'm going to change the music, and it will be the music that we use for Holy Fire, World Peace, Reiki. Okay, so you're very welcome to lie down or stay seated. If you are going to stay seated, make sure you've got your back is fully supported. You've got some good pillows there, okay? Or if you're leaning against the wall, you've got some good support for your back. You don't want to be achy when you're doing this because it can be very distracting. Okay, so if you'd like to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Oh, yeah, on the out breath, you just let go of anything which doesn't need to be in this space. And on the in-breath, you can feel your chest expand. Perhaps you're allowing your belly to expand so that the breath goes deeper, right down into the bottoms of the lungs. And you're using your belly and your abdomen to draw deep breaths in. And as you compress or push your belly back, you're releasing all the air which needs to be released, and there's no old stagnant air in your lungs. So I call the planetary and cosmic spiritual light beings to establish and activate a gigantic ascension column in each of our rooms. I ask that it be connected to a gigantic pillar of light and to a planetary and cosmic antakarana, the tube of light that connects us with our monad and high self. I ask that the pillar of light contain the gold and white flame of ascension, that it be connected to the ascension flame in the temple of Luxor, overseen by the Ascended One Serapis Bey. He who removes all masks. I call forth and invoke Lord Melchizedek, the Mahatma and Metatron, to bring down the platinum and diamond nets through all of us, all our high selves and committees, through all our rooms, our buildings, our gardens, and all through the land, all the way down to the core, and all the way up into air, sky, and space. You can imagine that you're surrounded by a sphere, and it's all cleansing, transmuting. A spherical net. And the nets will clear and transmute all of us of all negative, imbalanced, discordant energies, or master programs, or codes and programs which keep us in duality and illusion consciousness. And they'll clear and transmute all of these through all our minds, bodies, emotions, expressions, through all space, time, dimensions, universes, through all charts, through all levels and layers. I call the planetary and cosmic light beings again for a planetary and cosmic axiatonal alignment now. This will balance all meridians of each individual and instantly align all our energies with Source and the consciousness of all the spiritual light beings on all levels and through all layers. I call the inner plane ascended ones and all the spiritual light beings to anchor and activate the ascension flame. You see and even feel this energy coming in now. So I call all the spiritual light beings, all the light beings, all the angels, the ascended ones, the star beings, the consciousness, the high self of this planet, our spirit animal guides, all the plants, the flowers, the trees, the fungi, to join this session. And we may feel circle upon circle around us, or sphere upon sphere around us. As they begin to flood our space, you may feel the high selves of your ancestors. High selves because we don't really want the personality parts of our ancestors. We want the high selves, which are light, pure light. And they come to hold space for us out of unconditional love, so that we can receive whatever we need, whatever is perfect for us at this moment in time. Perhaps they may help us to open ourselves to receiving. Perhaps they help us to open our ears to the musings of our own inner wisdom, our own divine self, our own guru. Because everyone has their own guru. You have your own divine self. And we welcome in the energies of Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. As she brings a beautiful light and energy, helping us to accept ourselves more, to be forgiving of our perceived shortcomings, basically to help us to cut ourselves some slack. And Holy Fire Reiki is very much it's very much a gift from the Ascended Ones, and very much a gentle, not always, can be really powerful as well. But I think for group sessions especially, it's beautifully gentle and subtle. And she brings words, energy, and words of reassurance. That we are fine the way we are, we're perfect the way we are, and that we're never alone. Bringing a balm to the heart. And you can keep sort of opening to this energy if you like, as we call in the angels for the directions. So in the east, we call for Raphael to be anchored, and this is for all of us. And in the south, we call for Michael to be anchored. We call for Gabriel in the west, and we call for Uriel in the north. We call for Metatron above, and we call for Sandalphon below. And we recognize and invoke the divine or spirit within. For I am the soul, I am the light divine. I am love, I am will, I am fixed design. I am the monad, I am the light divine. I am love, I am will, I am fixed design. I call for Archangel Michael and all its angels to create golden, violet, and diamond domes of transmutation for all of us, all our high selves and committees, through all our rooms, our buildings, our gardens, the land down to the core and up into air, sky, and space. From the point of light that I am, I let light stream forth from the mind of God. Earth radiates with light from the point of love within the heart of God. I let love stream forth from my heart. I am the Christed soul on earth. From my center where the will of source is known, I let divine purpose guide me, the purpose which the ascended ones know and serve. From the center of the divine human race, let the plan of love and light work out. My love seals the door where evil dwells. I am the light, the love, and the power, living God's plan on earth. And just for today, I will not be anxious. I will not come to anger. I'll be grateful for all my many blessings. I'll be devoted to myself and my work. I'll be kind to every living being. And I've added an extra one. I'll be forgiving of all my perceived shortcomings and inconsistencies. So, the Holy Love Experience is a short guided meditation, and then you're allowed to just have your own journey or just have your own experience of sensations, of energy, and you don't have to do anything. Okay, so I'm just going to change the music, and it will be a very short script, and you just be open to receive. So imagine that it is a beautiful sunny day. Imagine you're walking through a beautiful forest. And as you breathe into yourself, imagine you are breathing in the life essence of the forest. And with each step you take, imagine the energies of the earth are flowing up through the bottoms of your feet. As you walk along, allow yourself to experience the trees, plants, flowers, and grass, and to merge with the life and harmony and peace of the forest. As you continue to walk along, you notice that up ahead, it is getting lighter, and you realize you are coming to the edge of the forest. As you leave the forest, before you is a beautiful river. It is the river of life. There are beautiful flowers growing along the riverbank, and there is a path following alongside the river. Follow the path alongside the river. Eventually you come to a bend in the river. There is a light breeze blowing, causing the surface of the river to have small ripples. The sun is shining off the rippled surface of the water, creating a glittering, shimmering light. You realize this is no ordinary light, but is a spiritual light coming from the highest heaven. You allow the light to enter your soul. Allow the light to guide you. Whenever you're guided to do so, and at the pace that feels right for you, take a few breaths. Bring your awareness back to your eyes, or bring your awareness to your eyes, and slowly open them and return. Okay, how is everyone? And I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you to anyone who is going to join us remotely through the watching the recording. Thank you. Make sure you're completely grounded before you rush off and do anything else.